Hey, everybody. Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott.
Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott.
Special thank you to our sponsors, the Gillot Home team of Keller Williams and Laura Gillot. For all your real estate needs, go to teamgillot.com. And H&R Block of Albany, Corvallis, Lebanon, and Kaiser. For more information on your tax preparation needs, call 541-928-6432. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott. Today is an exciting day, not only because we have amazing guests. We have Shri and Joy with us today, who are two amazing ladies, but also because we are broadcasting live on Instagram at the same time. It's crazy getting to see the back door scenes, whatever, of what's going on. And I already pushed one wrong button. So, I'm trying to multitask here. But
I love it. I love it.
How you doing, Scott?
Life is great. Hey, I actually got to see you, my good friend, live and in person for coffee yesterday. So this week is
awesome.
Great.
Yes.
I was just, as we were watching the introduction, and the little doors opening up, and I was thinking about the experience is definitely E for the e-ticket ride. But so many people don't even know what an e-ticket ride is anymore. But I grew up in Disneyland, and we'd get these little ticket packets, and they had A, B, C, D, and E, and the A was like riding the trolley, and the B was the kids' rides like Dumbo, but the e-ticket, that's the one that got you on Space Mountain or the big rides. And we definitely have an e-ticket experience every Wednesday here at 7 a.m. Pacific time on The Experience, live with Russ and Scott.
That is so true. And did you say we're here every Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time? And we just love people. We love you engaging with our show as we're talking. We love for you to comment, let us know what's going on, share this out to your friends, let everybody know that we are here and we're excited about the people that we get to bring to you, the amazing people that talk about the experience of life. And Scott, what do you, besides the fact that we got to see each other yesterday, what else do you got going on this week?
Well, every Wednesday at 9 a.m., I get to produce the Aging Better Network show with Christine Smith. She's watching us live right now. And the Aging Better Network, her whole thing is about helping us prepare for the emotions and relationships of getting older. People definitely want to tune in for that. And also, I am getting ready to release my next publication on Amazon. It is Influence, the Creation of Credibility. It is a process where you can publish a book, online course, and webinar in 12 weeks or less. And if people go to dscottsmith.com, you can enroll in a free course. It'll give you 12 weeks, gives you the whole layout, the outline for the book, the outline for the course, your webinar, how to do it, a checklist to keep you on track and get you published in 12 weeks or less.
Was that dscottsmith.com? dscottsmith.com. There you
That's
go.
right. Click before midnight tonight so you don't forget.
Well, I am so excited about all the stuff that you're doing. Today I get to do some more live things. Yesterday I got to be out live and in person, and today I get to run to a networking event. After this, I get to go to a meeting at noon with a group of ambassadors that I work with at one of the chambers, and go see a couple of my clients. One of our sponsors, Laura Gelot, I was thanking our sponsors on Instagram Live as we were getting going. And one of our sponsors, Laura Gelot and the Gelot Home team, going to go work from their office today. They're amazing. And huge thanks to H&R Block of Albany, Corvallis, Lebanon, and Kaiser here in Oregon that are also amazing sponsors of all of my live streams. So super excited about that. I'm going to take this camera, Scott, here. We're going to do like a selfie,
Let's do a selfie
video. There we go. I've got the audio on now so people can hear you. I switched up for my AirPods so
there
we
we
can
go.
actually hear you talking. That's cool. But I think it's time to bring our guests in. What do you think?
Let's do it, Russ. Let's do it.
All right. So we're going to, I normally say ladies first. So here we go. We're going to go ladies first. We're going to bring them both in at the same time. Here we go. We have Shri and Joy.
Hello, Shri. Hello, Joy.
Hey. How are you ladies doing?
I'm doing amazing. I'm watching you on Instagram Live too.
Oh no.
I'm the one pumping the hearts.
I see that. Right on. I see that comment waving. Yes. And you know what? Here we go. So I'm going to do this again. We're going to do a little selfie video on Instagram Live. There we are. Here is everybody. Look at that. Everybody waving. Can we see you? My light's so bright that I don't know if we can see you or not. But anyway, there you go. We're learning and growing. And this is what we're doing with Instagram Live today. So let me get this set back up. So before we get too far into the weeds, we're going to start with you, Shri. And we really want to hear, we know how amazing you are. Scott and I already know all the crazy great things you're doing, like Instagram Live and teaching and helping people like me that have no idea what I'm doing on Instagram Live. So give us a little snapshot into Shri and what you're up to.
So what I'm up to is a lot of mayhem. No, I'm just kidding. I help solopreneurs.
I believe it.
I help solopreneurs who want to overcome camera shyness by helping them gain the confidence to build their business and brand. Yes, I started out on Instagram because that's where I was realizing the importance of building visibility and getting the courage to say, hey, let me share my story, but how can I do that? And that's when I started bringing on entrepreneurs who were sharing their story. Like this was a way to give them the ability to have the spotlight. And once I started doing that, I realized at least 40 of them, when I hit my 100th live, had never done a live or a video. And I realized this is my passion. So here we are today. Yes, I do a lot of Instagram lives, but I also help those on LinkedIn, because when I got laid off in December, it was because of my presence on LinkedIn that I had built that had this awareness. And a lot of opportunities started coming my way. So I will just say that anybody who's out there thinking about doing video or doing a live, let me just tell you, it is scary until you start doing it. And I just want to say hello to everybody in the audience, because guess what? If I didn't do lives, I would not have met all the beautiful people that are here on the side. Thank you, Russ. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Joy, for allowing me to give this space to share this crazy story of mine. And hey, Alex.
Shri, I love that you're talking about confidence, because we all need that. And, there's research that says attractive people are more successful. I thought, rats. Okay, well, there was more research that came out and said confident people are more attractive. So confident people are more successful. And I'm glad that you're helping people gain that.
Thank you. And I want to piggyback that. It's not about how you look, it's about how you make people feel. So if you're confident, you're passionate about it, that's what's going to exude out of that video. That's what's going to exude out of that live stream. And Russ, I still remember I got laid off and I had an interview with Russ that evening. And after that day, like after that interview, people were reaching out. They're like, "You were not yourself." I was like, "Yeah, I lost my job." And that just shows you, like, people can tell when, even if I didn't know them, they could tell when you're off or when you're on. Like, they genuinely care. So I just wanted to share that out because I know that one of the reasons why some will not show up on camera is the thought, what will people think of me? What if I say this? What if I do this? How do I look? Just show up.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. You just got to show up, and you are amazing at that. And you are always good no matter what's going on in your life. I've been there with you, during the beginning of the pandemic when I made the giant shift. It was because myself and my entire marketing team, sales and marketing team was laid off. And it was actually a good thing. It was a blessing because it launched me into what I'm doing now, which I love. You are made for this, Shri. And you just have the joy of life. And speaking of the joy of life, we have Joy with us today. And you have the biggest smile ever, Joy. Tell us a little bit about you and what you're up
And I
to.
have Joy with me.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Russ, Shri, and Scott. I have healed into my given name. I inspire love and peace and joy in every moment that I'm able. I don't have exactly my passion yet, like you, Shri, that you learned after you were laid off who it is you serve. Because, well, really what I'm doing is I do the next right thing that love is calling me to do. So maybe that is just my thing. If it is the next book that I got invited in to write a collaborative chapter in that I am leaning into, we are moving in 3 weeks up the street. And so I am cleaning and packing out because that is my focus right now. But I was so glad to be here. I haven't watched the experience yet because my life has been very full. And here I am being with it. So I am with the unfolding of us today. We'll see what this is. Thank you.
Well, and you are an amazing part of the experience today. And now you'll be completely addicted to watching the experience every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, of course. And so I am learning new things this morning as we move along. Like maybe there's not enough connection in my house to always do 2 lives at once because Instagram Live kept pausing. So I had to end the Instagram Live, but I did share it and save it on to my Instagram. So that's good. So that's one step at a time, right, Shri? You just kind of keep picking away.
Mm-hmm. And I'll never tell somebody don't do that. Like, you have to experience it yourself. Some people can handle having multiple streams. Like, they can do Instagram, they can have Twitch, they can have Clubhouse, they can have Wisdom app. And now Scott told us about AMP. I mean, like, some people are able to, and that's the next level that I would like to. But right now, I really like to focus on who I'm speaking to. So for me, I'm still adjusting to using Restream and connecting with everybody there. And then Instagram, I just like just being with those with Instagram. And then it will happen. I will be able to do TikTok live. It will happen this year. So there'll be
Well,
So you have to have a certain number of followers, though, to go live on TikTok.
yes, you have to have 1,000, and so does your guest. So it's just a little, that's just TikTok. But the ability to say that I can go live on multiple platforms is something that I've envisioned since 2020. So
So
in
Shri,
April of 2020 is when I
are
started.
you at 1,000?
Huh?
Are you at 1,000 yet? Are you at 1,000?
I'm at 639.
So give us your TikTok handle so we can help you get to 1,000.
It's my name, Shri Mahabir.
Well, there you go.
that was a tough one.
I know, it was so hard. And and it's like this. It's all tips on how to show up on camera. Like, what is the number one reason for you before you got comfortable? I already know Russ's, but I want to ask Joy and Scott, were you always comfortable being in front of the camera? And what is the tip that you would share with somebody who is struggling to get in front of the camera?
Ladies first.
Wow.
Joy, you go.
Thank you. That's a great question. What I know, Shri, is that I've valued invisibility for a really long time. So my growth into becoming more visible has been a journey, really one step at a time, leaning into my website, writing a post. I have just grown moment by moment into being comfortable in my own skin. And it also, the fact that I am comfortable in my own skin has meant everything, because I'm not shaking anymore. I used to have a visceral response to speaking, which was my knees would shake, my mouth would get dry. I could not speak my truth before. Now that I am this version of myself, I have no problem being on video, being interviewed. It is my honor to be invited, like today. Wow. I'm grateful to be here to speak for whatever comes up from my depths to say.
That's so awesome. Scott, how about you?
Well, I tell you, I have always been enamored with radio specifically. Ever since I was a kid, my dad helped rebuild the college radio station. When I went to college, I became a DJ on that station. But
KBVR.
KBVR,
Whoop, whoop. Oregon State
and
University.
that was a lot of fun. Now that's not video; it's different, but still, you're putting yourself out there. And we grew up here. I grew up here in Oregon, and it's the home of Nike. And their advertising company, Wyden and Kennedy, came up with the best slogan for many of us, and that is just do it. And if you want to get good at something, just do it. You're just gonna have to turn that camera on and make the mistakes. Nobody's gonna die. So just do it. Have fun. Connect with people. And this is what I was thinking about. And Joy has these great books.
Where can we get them?
You can go to Amazon and get them. I know that. But one of the things that I saw here was, and I don't know if we'll have time, but there's some stuff that I would like to read out of this one specifically, because when you go live, it's not any different than when Russ and I met face to face to have coffee yesterday. We just had a conversation. And if you turn on that camera, whether it's TikTok Live or Instagram Live or any of the other channels, if you are just having a conversation to connect with somebody, you're going to win.
I want to jump in on that, Scott, because that is so true. I think when the pandemic hit and everybody was going on Zoom, it took a while for people to get adjusted. But if people would look at live streaming, just like talking to somebody on Zoom, it is like that. We're just all chatting and you're looking at the screen just like you would be if you were on Zoom with somebody. And it is just a conversation. And whether you're in person or on Zoom or whatever, that is, I think, a huge thing. And Shri, I know you have a lot more that goes with that you help people with. But I got to tell you that you two, Joy and Shri, and your smiles just make me smile and make it easy for me to talk, because you guys make me happy. And so, hey, I want to say something too, also about, Scott, just do it, because I have, as you know, Scott and I jumped into this show, The Experience Live with Russ and Scott, with no experience, no idea what we're doing live streaming. And as I produced the shows as we got started, I had no idea what I was doing. So we just did it and we just moved forward. And that is really getting started and just showing up and doing it and learning from it. Like you're saying, Shri, you get more and more comfortable about that. And I just think that's so important. And, you can grow big, because when I was young, I worked at the largest advertising PR agency in Oregon. And across the street from me was this little teeny agency in Portland called Wyden and Kennedy. And they just got this new little account from this guy who started with shoes out of the back of his car called Nike. Yeah, that worked out good for them. So anyway, and they just did it and they just moved forward. So, hey, Joy, tell us real quickly about your books, because Sri just asked that question. Give us the name of a couple of your books and where we get those. And I'm sure it'll magically all appear in the comments as you tell us.
Thank you. And before I tell you that, may I just say how much I was so little in my past. I was little Joy. I could tuck in the smallest places for hide and seek. I had made the smallest footprint ever. And my understanding of what you said, Russ, is so true, because anything that you lean into, I have been in awe for a very long time that if you lean into anything, it is incredible how deep you can go into it, how much it can widen and deepen and become something incredible. So I get that. Now about my books. So let's say that I had the deepest creative wounds. My dad would yell, "Why would I want to go to the band concert? Those kids can't play." Thank you, Dad. I played bassoon in the band. He said other things. I would go to the track meets. I didn't invite my parents to watch me run because they had such high standards. If you weren't that, don't do it. You know, perfectionism, being the best at something. Hello, I had to get over it. I had to heal the perfection in me so that I could write the first version of this book. And I will say that this book that Scott wants to read something from is the second edition of this book. The first one came out in 2015, and there's nothing wrong with that book, except that I have grown much more. And so right now, with this move down the street in 3 weeks, I have boxes of the first edition that I vowed I am not moving them to the new house. The 2015 version of this book is not coming to the new house. So I'm seeking places for that book to land because this book came in 2020. So these books are available anywhere. You could go to your favorite independent bookstore and say, "Look up those books of Joy Resor. I want those books." So there's that one. There's this one. This one, Journaling Prompts to Enliven Your Joy. I did not send it to Scott because this is the only copy I have left. It's not being printed anymore, but it's available as an ebook. So you can certainly work with your own notebook and grow yourself. And and I want to say, I'll backtrack. This won a nonfiction author's gold award a couple weeks ago. I'm going to have the certificate soon. So I'm very proud of this book. And there are these books, Designed to Shine, Read Aloud Rhymes for Any Size Heart. And this one is going to be Saturday on, I think it's called heartslight.com. Dr. Jeanette Weiss, she has me reading this book. So I'm just getting more visible with my books. Did that answer the question?
Yeah, that was good. Well, and you're so joyful about it. I wish you were a little more excited about life in general. And, What I love too about being, speaking of joyful, is Shri, when you're doing your advertisements on Instagram and different things, and I see you doing your in and out of the camera things and your and all that, it's so much fun. And I think that it's important to, just like you, Joy, clearly love what you do. And Shri, I think that you are moving into your passion and what you love to do in life now.
I definitely am. And going back to that whole in and out, that's just my brand, right? Like we all have our own brand, what defines us. So when somebody looks at that video, this is what they expect. So when I go to watch a live with Russ or Scott or anything with Russ, I know that there's going to be a sponsor. And I wanted to be transparent. Like, I actually am hesitant to reach out to somebody just because I'm like, well, what do I have to offer? What I
Mm.
don't know if I have enough followers. What if, they don't like what I have to say? And I have to tell myself it's just a conversation. The worst that they
That's
can
right.
say is no. And that is, I know that what is something that may stop somebody from doing a video. At the end of the day, it's a conversation. Like when Joy was talking about her book and how joyful she was in coming to peace and coming to her own. Like many of us are still learning to come to our own. Even though I do video, I still have a lot that I have to be comfortable in my own skin. And even talking about it, being transparent with people, like it is a journey. Some are a little bit ahead of me than you know, that's just where they are, but that doesn't mean anybody's not better than the other. So to go back and say that we all have something to share, we all have something unique. If you decide that you want to do video, whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, you have a brand. You can wear a certain color, the way you look up, the way you look into the camera, the way that you have in the background, like that's all part of your brand. So when anybody watches that video, they know what to expect because this is what's going to happen. And then you have that 2 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds, get their attention. Whatever it is that you're going to share, like Joy could say, the joy of life, and whatever it is that she wants to share. Like everybody's going to be like, okay, joy life. I gotta watch this because I'm going to learn something. I'm going to take away something with me that I can carry on.
Well, and when you're excited about it and you're joyful about it, like you both are, it is great. And a lot of times people get drawn into that because they get excited because you're excited.
Mhm.
And we don't all have to have a radio voice like D. Scott Smith and
Mhm.
be, that's what my kids call him. They call him the radio voice. And he has that voice, and I clearly do not have a radio voice. I have the crazy woo voice, but it doesn't matter what kind of voice we have. It's just a matter of jumping in, enjoying it. When you're enjoying things, people start enjoying it with you, right? If you want people to reach out to you and encourage you, reach out and encourage other people. It's all what you do brings that back in your way. So I just think that's amazing. So Shri, tell us about, we just had one of your co-hosts comment here. How many lives do you have going right now?
Ooh. In total or just shows? I have two shows. I have Sip and Chat on Tuesday evenings with my co-host Charlene. And then on Thursdays, I decided to bring from Instagram. It starts on Instagram and comes to LinkedIn. It's Journey of an Entrepreneur. And when I look at the total number of lives that have been on, they're over 200.
Wow.
So, I mean, and still I mess up. Like, it doesn't matter. I still will. There's always something. I say something wrong. And I just go with it. I'm like, whatever.
Well, I
Well,
love
this is
that.
episode 54 of the experience. And episode 01, I woke up to no power in the house.
Yes, it was
So
exciting, but he
that was
just
the,
ran with it.
that was how we started.
And look where you are. Like, you can appreciate where you started. Like, I started with a headband and a globe and a jewelry box. That was my phone stand.
Well,
I had.
that's totally it. I mean, I agree with you. You just got to get going. I am at, here 54 with Scott. I'm almost at 200 marketing with Russ episodes. I'm drawing up on that.
Plus
Probably
Russ
about a month
Reels.
away from that. What?
Plus Russ Reels.
Yes, and Russ Reels Live. I've got that. Also, now have Let's Talk Faith, Community, and Hope, which just had an episode of that yesterday. And I'm producing a show. So I'm definitely getting into the live. And now I'm going to start doing Instagram lives with Shri. So that because I think that is so cool. But I just think that what's amazing is the connections and the people that we meet through all of this medium, right? Had it not been for this, Joy and I met on a live stream that we were on together on a Saturday with Andrea, right? Is that right,
I
Joy?
believe so, with Andrea Sanchez.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Shri, you and I might have met through Charlene, or we might have met just through other stuff. I can't remember. We
I
crossed
do
paths.
remember you were my DM and you were like, I would like to bring you on. I was like, okay, let's talk.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah,
And go ahead, Joy.
excuse me. Everything leads to everything else.
Mhm.
And you saying earlier on this, Russ, that I'll be watching this every week. But the thing is, I will when I change my 10:30 appointment that I've had every week for a really long time.
It's all good.
So I need to talk with my Pilates instructor of moving my Wednesday 10:30 so that I could come to this, because I can see the value in attending these conversations that you are having. I also know that the partner that's been in my world, my love partner, soul partner, post-divorce, 4 years, he and I, Michael, he has been a videographer for many years. We will be doing something. Like a couple of years ago, we had the idea in this garage at this rental, we even set up a video studio for the Joyful Corner. And then
Perfect.
COVID happened and life happened, and we didn't do the show. But I have had more people in my life. I would be very wealthy for how much they have said. I want to bottle your laughter. I desire to record your voice. I am filled with love and peace and joy, and I'm going to bring it. I bring it, but I'm going to bring it more. I have no hesitation to be on video. I am a lover of moments. So thank you for this.
Hey, I want to, I unfortunately have to be the bad host because I have to wrap things up. I've been having so much fun that I looked at the clock and it went,
It is a
it was
fabulous
over
day.
a while ago. So anyway, but I'm going to bounce to you, Shri, first and let you give us last word and how people get in touch with you.
So my last words to everybody is that you have a story and it is beautiful, and share it with the world. You'll be surprised how many people will resonate with it. And when you're sharing your story, just imagine your favorite person on the other end. You're just talking to that one person. So many times it's Charlene. I'm just talking to Charlene. Or it could be my daughter. And how you can find me here on LinkedIn, Instagram, or even TikTok. I would love to connect with you, especially if you're ready to get past your camera shyness. I do have a one-on-one, 1 hour and a 6-week, and I will take you from being shy to being confident. So thank you so much, Russ. Thank you so much, Scott. And thank you so much, Joy. This has been such a great conversation.
Yes, absolutely. And Joy, we need to get you started that show that you were going to do, because now is the time. But give everybody last words and how they get in touch with you.
Thank you, Russ. Last words. Love yourself more today than yesterday. You can get in contact with me every which way. You could write to me at joyonyourshoulders.com. You could get in touch with me through my website, joyonyourshoulders.com, Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm highly visible, I would say. Thank you. Thank you, Russ, Shri, and Scott. This has been awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you both so much. Scott and I do. And we are going to send you back to the green room and wrap things up. But thanks so much and have a blessed day. Thanks for coming on, both of you. Hang tight as we get things going here. There you go. Right buttons. I got it. Well, Scott, amazing.
It's all about, it's all about community. And I love what Joy and Shri are doing. And we didn't get time, but I will encourage people to get the books. You don't have to read them in order. You can just go through and find the things that are important to you. And it's very fun. It's poetry.
All the links magically appeared, Scott.
Absolutely.
While we were talking about, they magically appeared in the comments. It's amazing how quickly I type,
I know you've got this like water cooled keyboard because man, you're just flying through
it's
that stuff. It's just amazing.
I know.
Yep.
Now we're gonna thank Ever as always. Ever is
Yes.
amazing, and she's behind the scenes typing for me, and she makes this show work. So thank you so much, Ever, for that. Listen, we're gonna wrap things up for today because it's time to roll. Time to get you out for a new day. We just have one last thing to say because we're always excited.
Yeah!
You gotta love.
I would say that the experience and Pilates would go together. I think you just get the big screen and you do your Pilates and you watch the experience.
There you go.
It's not an or.
I don't know. Pilates are painful though. I gotta say they're painful. But hey, listen. All right. Well, listen. Until we see everybody again, don't forget every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're here. You can go to dscottsmith.com or russedge.com if you want to connect with us because we love to connect with people. And until we see you again, have a great day and a great life.
And enjoy the experience.
Thanks for tuning in to The Experience Live with Russ and Scott. If you enjoyed today's show, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or subscribe on YouTube. See you next time.